Welcome to BizTok, where we talk to entrepreneurs, business owners, and brands who are using TikTok for business. And together, we bring you the top tips, insights, and secrets to skyrocket your TikTok account. So buckle up and get ready to become the next BizToker. Here's your host, Kyle Kaplanis.
Welcome to BizTok. I have a guest that's coming to me on the show all the way from New York. Her name is Sussman Strominger. She's the founder and CEO of GoLidZ, who's helping food service innovate grab-and-go convenience with packaging that elevates revenue and experience. Bonnie, welcome to my show.
Thank you, Kyle. So nice to be here.
We got connected on LinkedIn, which so many of my guests come from there because it's exciting to me when I see companies that are using TikTok to advertise and get in that space early. I wanted to bring you on and talk to me a little bit about that. But first of all, talk to me about your product. It's so cool. It's definitely unique and different. I want to know more about that.
Thank you. So I always do the visual. So we innovated on a standard beverage cup lid. GoLidZ replaces a standard lid. Clips on the cup the same way that of a standard lid would. Totally solid. And you can eat and drink on the go. So it opens up, you can drink, no interaction between the food and the beverage. I'll pull it back a little. And then what's great is that you can seal it. It's got a lock in the front. And especially right now, it's more relevant than ever. Grab and go convenience has always been top of mind for food service and QSRs and anywhere that you're grab and go with your family, your friends. But now with this cover, sealed, sanitary, everything's protected, no air can get through here. And that's really top of mind when it comes to outdoor anything, because obviously at this moment, we're all somewhat trapped indoors and we all want to get out in some fashion, but we don't want to eat and drink with open food and beverage in our laps.
Right.
As people walk by and God knows what. Yeah, and we started back in 12 and it's morphed into other products. We have different sizes. So they clip on all the food service cups. We clip on souvenir cups. We now have lids that clip on top of beer cans.
Oh,
because
cool.
when you go to events, they open your beer and you can't walk away with a closed beer. So this accomplishes covering that and walking away and being able for the concession operator to add a food attachment to the beer sale.
Exactly.
So now you have one person walks away with two combos. It's a really nice sale.
Yes.
They're happy, they're safe, they're protected, it's convenient. And obviously on the revenue side, they're very happy.
I'm hoping when things go back to somewhat of a normalcy, going out and having these events, how awesome would it be to be able to go purchase that? Because how many people save a seat, right? Like even at the movies or at a concert or a sports event, and you're going to the bar or whatever to pick up some nachos and a drink, and you're holding everything in your arms and things are spilling everywhere. I've been there, and I know a lot of people have.
In your hands. Yes. Everybody's got this.
Yeah, exactly. So you're trying to juggle everything.
Exactly. And we always talk about what motivates consumer purchasing, what makes those decisions, and convenience is a huge driving factor of that. Right now, especially at the drive-through. Yeah. When you drive away, you're with your family. For us right now, we're getting a ton of attention in that space because it goes through the window, it's the cup holder.
Yes.
And it's just super convenient. And again, you can go through, go somewhere, sit down outdoors and feel that you are protected.
For sure. And if you have a little bit left over, it's already safe in a nice packaging that stays sealed and contained, which is awesome. I love the product.
You can save these too, Kyle. So these are reusable.
Oh, wow.
So they're made from recycled materials. So we never source virgin PET. We only source recycled. And then you can take it home, wash it out, sanitize it, and reuse it again. And that's why we're launching on e-commerce, which we'll discuss when we get into TikTok. And what led us over to that platform.
Yeah, no. And one thing I wanted to say, Bonnie, what if this thing is fully loaded with food? How does it keep your drink standing up?
How does it keep it steady?
Yeah, like how does it keep it standing up?
So that's just all part of the technology. I'm holding it right now in my palm.
Yeah.
But I'm shaking my hand. It's still not going anywhere.
That's awesome.
Those are a lot of the trade secrets
Yep.
We have a
Can't
lot of
share
patents,
those.
but there are a lot of things that are not in the patents. And it's a lot of the balance is in these undercuts here.
Awesome.
It's totally sturdy. It's totally balanced. It always rocks everyone's world when they see it because they're not understanding exactly how.
Right.
And the beauty is you can drink the liquid down
Yep.
probably to that level.
Okay.
Still have loaded food up top and it won't fall over.
That's obviously was really important. I'm sure when creating the packaging, you had to make sure it can be sustainable with the drink being a little bit less, or it would be.
And it took us a very long time.
Yeah.
Anything that's simplistic, and it is in concept, but when it's so simplistic, behind the scenes, most people know that there are so many details that go into the creation and the engineering. And like you said, making sure that it's stable, it doesn't fall over, it's not going to disappoint operators, and most importantly, their loyal consumers.
100%.
You know, so we had to cover so many bases to make sure that, and we ran into a lot of walls that we needed to go back and reconfigure and re-engineer. And what you're looking at here is version number 50.
I think it would be interesting if we were sitting here and you said this version number 1. I'd be like, wow.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I have version 1 local if you want to see it.
Sure. Yeah.
I'll show it to you. This isn't even version 1. This is like version 4, which is frightening.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
I mean,
that's hilarious.
What fits in this thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. We weren't really in that mindset of, oh, it has to fit something. But then when we really took a close look at it, we're like, okay, what's going to go in there?
You're like, here, I'll pour my M&Ms in here.
I can't even fit this mouse in.
That's what's so cool about innovation. So you do go through so many trials until you get it. And the thing is, you'll probably still have more versions to come in the future as things develop, which is awesome.
You're never done, really. You're never
totally.
done. You're constantly rethinking and tweaking and adding and improving the product. And I'm sure that, God knows, I'm sure there's so much more to come as we get into e-commerce, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot more on the horizon as far as change.
Absolutely. And we can dive more into that because as a business, you obviously have a product. It encompasses the entire business, is all sorts, marketing, sales, things like that. So I wanted to talk about how you're advertising and you turned to TikTok as another source of talking about your product, which is really exciting. I want to know what made you even get to TikTok in the first place.
You know what? I had a lot of hesitation about TikTok in the beginning, primarily because I think most of us, when TikTok suddenly emerged, and I think we all thought it's Gen Z, it's a childlike app.
Yep.
That none of us belong
could relate to, really. Yeah.
I went on there once or twice and I saw people dancing and falling over things and having food fights and what, and I was like, this is not where brands belong.
Mm-hmm.
But then over time, you start to realize that there's not a brand that I know of that's not on there.
Yeah.
Every fast food brand, for the most part, they're on there.
Mm-hmm.
And you start to notice that the demographic is
shifting.
You see girls that are 13 and adults that are up to 80. Celebrities are on there. Athletes are on there. Influencers, speakers, motivational, you name it, it's all on there. And once we started scrolling through, we realized that we could carve out a place for ourselves on here. It's such a creative platform. And that's what I love about it. I've learned so many things on there already. Things, and you just, wait a second, how did they do that? And then you want to go watch it again.
Yep.
Which of course we know that's how that algorithm works, is all how long you viewed it and how many times you viewed it.
Totally.
And it sucked us in. So at that point, we had already decided to launch e-commerce. We're doing it for consumers. So we're going to have pre-packs. Actually, I can show you. Actually, we got rid of the window, but I can show you the box without the graphic.
Oh, cool.
And so there's going to be 6 in here. We're getting rid of this. We realize it's a waste of money.
Right.
Because online, why add this fancy window?
Yep.
And it's going to be a smaller, tighter box, but that's just an idea. And we wanted to get some kind of a read from consumers on what do they like, what don't they like. Obviously, there's every kind is on there. Every opinion is on there.
Yep.
So I wasn't really sure how we would do. You have to test. I've noticed a lot, haven't you, that you have to test things out to find out where do you sit. So where on LinkedIn, we do a ton of consumers that stop us in the street everywhere we go. At the airport, no matter where we are, people stop us. They want to know what we're holding. But I have found on TikTok that doesn't do that great.
Interesting.
The whole interactive thing. They really want to show us how it works.
Yeah.
That seems to do the best for us, are the actual demos of the intrigue of folding over, clipping it, loading it, removing the lid, showing them that we're getting rid of this lid and we're putting this on here, and then showing the finished product. And that seems to be the formula. And once we started doing that, we went viral.
Right.
Many times already. And
exactly.
we were like, oh my God, the phone was blowing up. I mean, every 2 seconds. And then I looked, the first time we went viral, I looked down, like 12 hours later, we had 1 million views.
Wow. How exciting is that?
It really was. The downside of that, I think, is you get used to that excitement. And then you post and you realize it's not going so great. And from what I've been told, and you'll probably know better from Jade, because she has a great following on there, and we follow Jade on there. She follows us too. And from what I'm told, that the algorithm, that once you go viral, that you experience a slowdown after that. Is that true?
You touch base on a lot of things there, but I think that the algorithm, it kind of could be. We've experienced it recently that a lot of people are having that issue right now, where I think there might have been an algorithm change there. Eventually, I've seen this in the past, even like a year ago, that they've ran into something like that and revamped it and changed it. I think maybe that the app is starting to overload a little bit with watchers coming in like mad, with COVID still around in the pandemic. And people are realizing that app is actually aging up. So people are not afraid to now come that are, higher demographics.
So many new users. Yes.
Yeah. So I think that it's just a little bit overloaded in that way, where they're probably working out some tweaks. I always tell people, do not get discouraged though. Continue to keep posting. In fact, posting more actually helps. So if you could up your posting game to, let's say, 3 to 5 videos. I had a guest on my show. His name was Misha Panchashak, and he told me that he realized through studying and everything, it's usually his 10th video that does well. And he said it didn't matter on a day, it could be 10 videos. So what he decided to do was post more so he can get to his 10th video faster. And that typically worked for him. So typically he can have a viral video daily. If let's say he posted 10 videos a day, he could have at least once a day go viral.
See, we've experienced the total opposite.
Interesting.
We have been testing some other scenarios, the anti of that. So we noticed we were posting a lot, and there were a lot of mixed views on should you, shouldn't you, how often should you post. We started out, first day, I think we did 7. We got, it's okay. It was decent. What we say is okay on TikTok. If we got on LinkedIn in a day, we would be like, wow, it's amazing on TikTok. You get 22,000 views in 4 hours, and you're like, all right. LinkedIn.
Oh yeah, that'd be
a rock star. The algorithms, they're nothing alike.
Yeah.
But what happened for us is our first viral video, I think it got 1.5 million, 1.6 views, something like that. And then after that, we noticed a pretty dramatic slowdown. And then about 5 days later, we put up another one, went viral again. Then the next day, we put up another one and viral right behind that one. So that kind of blew that theory out of the water, because we had 2 back-to-backs and they both went viral. So then we were like, okay, we kept posting, and we did notice a string of just so for a little while. So we took a week off, a whole week. The second we came back on, the week after we took off, we posted 1 video, went viral.
Interesting.
So then we tested that theory, and we disappeared for another 5 days, no posting. Put one up after the 5th day, viral.
Interesting.
Yeah, so for us, I noticed when we step back a little and calm down with the posting, we get a more consistent result. I know a lot of people on there that would say, no way, that's not possible. But here's another thing that happened. A lot of our posts, when we went away for 5 days, 6 days, we had a post. Here's an example. We had a post back in August, mid-August. It capped out around 800,000 views. Okay, pretty good.
Yep.
We'll take that. Nothing to sneeze at. But that was in the middle of August. Out of nowhere, while we were silent, so we hadn't posted anything. So we're on like day 4 of a week-long no posting. And day 4 or 5, suddenly that post from 2 months old
Yes.
kicks in like wildfire
Yes.
and starts flying.
Yep.
And we're like, what is going on? And it wound up capping out at 1.3.
I know. I'm so grateful
Why does
you
that
brought that
happen?
up. That happens a lot. So I always tell people, do not get too concerned. Keep posting your videos because you never know when it can take off. It's crazy how that happens, but it happened to my wife recently. She posted a video, like, no joke, like I'd say about 5 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden she's, what is going on? Her notifications were going mad. And the video
Right.
ended up getting 5 million views from 4 weeks later. It had like maybe 100,000 views and then it just bumped up to 5 million views.
It doesn't make any sense. And some of the videos that I've noticed that's happened on, the time viewed is so
Mhm.
crucial. So if
Yes.
the video is 10 seconds and people only watch for 6 seconds, you're out.
Exactly.
Never does. You have to be at least, it's got to be at least 9 out of the 10 seconds.
That typically. Yeah.
If you can get the full blown 10 seconds, then great. And I do notice for us anyway that shorter is better.
Yeah.
You know, get in and get out, unless
Yep.
you're telling a big story
Yeah.
about something.
That's exciting that people want to hear. Yeah.
And so the videos that kicked back in, I noticed some of them that were not doing as great as they should have been doing were all at the max time. So let's say they were 11 seconds and it said view time, 11 seconds. So I think sometimes the algorithm goes back and looks through to find out, well, why didn't these videos take off? And all the elements were there
Mm-hmm.
to go. I don't know. I'm just making that up.
I know, it's really
Right.
interesting. It is true. You know what? Somebody recently told me too that one of the algorithm changes that has happened is that they're not pushing videos as much now to try to generate. So there was a big issue with a lot of users coming to the app that were not real, like inorganic, non-real
Oh,
users
okay.
flooding in that people were purchasing from third-party sites and people making accounts. So I think TikTok has now recently changed that where they said, okay, let's figure out a way to get those bots, because bots are not going to engage. They're just there to be a follower kind of thing.
Right.
So I think they were saying, let's push these videos out, see how they do from the real people in the app. And then we'll go back a few weeks later and then push it to the For You page. I don't know how it actually
That makes
works,
sense.
but something like that. That's what I recently heard. That was a big issue that was going on. That would make sense to me. And that's probably why their algorithm has changed a lot and dramatically.
Yeah, you notice delay notifications.
Yes. Oh my
I'll
gosh.
look
That's so
I'll look
annoying.
at a video of ours and it'll say 4 likes.
Oh my gosh. Yes, exactly.
I won't get any notifications for hours.
Yes,
And I'll go back on there and it says like 980 likes.
I know. It's
And I haven't
frustrating.
gotten any notifications of any kind.
It's so frustrating. Me and my wife
So
talk about it because she's, what is going on? And then the same thing what happened with her followership. She was like, it said 0, like it said 3 followers. And she's, oh, okay. But then all of a sudden she's bumping up by 300. And she's like, where are all these people? They're not notifying me.
They're
I
not
know.
notifying you. And then of course you got to deal with you gain a lot of followers and then you lose a chunk of followers.
It
You know,
is.
the numbers go up and down, up
Yep.
and down. And you're just like, well, what did we do?
I know.
But that is what it is, you know.
What
Can't
I
explain it, but
Yeah, I would like to say is that TikTok right now is like version 1, right? You have to just test and experience, see how things go. Don't be too concerned about up or down, up and down. Be consistent because like as you continue to go through your versions now, you change your design and you learn more about the app and you're now recreating new things that will continuously help you grow. So I tell people, don't be discouraged. I know a lot of people who do that. They have in their mind, and TikTok has been a little bit of an issue for that because they've given people these viral tastes and you get the high and it's like a drug and you're like, man, I
I
want
want that again. And then it's,
Yeah.
and
But
then I feel like you're overcompensating. The times that we went viral, I think total it's maybe 6 or 7, which is being on there less than 4 months. We're good with that. But I think every time that happened, we didn't think that much about it.
Yeah.
We took it, we threw it up, and we walked away.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like waiting for the phone to ring. You're waiting for someone to call. They're never going to call. You could sit here like this and waiting, and it's the old rule. Was the phone working? It's not broken. They're just not calling you. And so I think that the harder you try on there, the worse it seems to get. We're going to start switching up our strategy.
Yeah.
See if we can get a little bit away from the demos and go to a little more storytelling.
No,
So
that would be cool.
Work.
Yeah, no, that'd be cool. I wrote down an idea. I was like, how cool would it be if, like, because you said it wasn't working very good going to the street and talking to the people. I still think that concept would work with a little bit of tweaks, like maybe having somebody on your team showing you in the video with one of those little mini mics or something funny and talking to some of the people and just like getting some reactions and things like that.
I shouldn't say it hasn't worked. Now that I'm thinking about it, we had 2 blow up in the street with a couple guys. I think there's got to be a funny element to it.
Totally, it does.
Like the guys in the street, although there were 3 of them and they were like fully intrigued, but they were like, look at this thing, and they were shaking it. And the guy was like, it's not going anywhere. But beyond that, it's just, I guess it's boring content to them, to that world, unless there's like a hook or there's some level of entertainment.
Yeah, it's funny that just came to mind. You should do like a challenge, the GoLidZ challenge. So one team has 0 GoLidZ, and they have to, you do like an obstacle, like something easy between cones or something, and the other person does, and be like, if you lost an item from your packaging, then you have to go. So use something open and 2 hands, and they have to hold a bunch of.
Oh, I love that idea. Let's call up Ellen.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Like that.
Can you see that being such a great Ellen game?
Totally. Exactly. And the thing is, like, you could hold 4 combos even. You could hold 2 drinks in one hand, and you're still going to make it through to the end without losing anything. Exactly.
Literally 4. And nothing would happen.
Yeah. So do a challenge where somebody else has to hold 4 combos without the GoLidZ. That would be fun. Do it. TikTok would love that. So that's one thing that I love as well, is when guests come on, is just even helping them come up with some fun ideas, because sometimes you need like an outside source to look at your account and just be like, hey, this is something that could be fun. And you're like, no way, that was so easy. Why did I think?
You do need that, I think, because you get so close to what you do that it's tunnel vision.
Exactly.
You need like another set of eyes, and then another set and another set to push you back and say, you're so zoomed in on X, Y, and Z that you're missing these other elements that could make a huge difference in the performance. That's an awesome idea.
Yeah, that would be fun. And I think TikTok would really love to see that too. The people would be like,
I bet if we bring you and Jade into that.
That'd be awesome. That'd be really fun for sure.
It would be even more awesome. I thought about all these dances, doing one of those dances up and down, and it's going nowhere.
See? Now you just came up with another smart idea. How cool is that?
That's one of the biggest questions, is that this thing, there's no way that this thing does not pop off, whether you squeeze it or whatever it is, it must go flying.
Yes.
Or if this thing flings open and your food goes out because the lock doesn't work, or one of those dances where they're never going to do one of those dances. Ever. It's never going to happen. I would be like, this would be my dance.
Bonnie, that would change the game if you did that. I think that would be huge.
Like 4 people doing a real TikTok with whatever they do, but each one of them is holding this.
Yes.
And then maybe one of the moves in the middle could be like, take a bite, close it up.
Dance challenge.
Okay, the wheels are spinning now, Kyle. Now you got me going.
Yes. That would be so fun.
I love that.
People would love that. I'm telling you, that would do so good.
I would love to start a whole trend.
Yes, that would be a huge trend. People were like, where the hell do I get this GoLidZ now?
And then we could say, you get it right here on Amazon or Shopify or our website.
Yes, because are those available yet, or?
They're not up yet. We're still wrapping up the packaging. You know, we want to be really detailed.
Yes.
Because it's innovation, we don't want to take it for granted that someone doesn't know what it is and how to use it properly. Like even putting it on the cup, there's a proper way to It starts, I just want to show you something, just so you know. So when I send you one, which I'm going to, so they start like this,
Yep.
and they fold over and they lock, and then it locks back, and then you load food and you close it and you lock the front, and this entire thing clips onto the cup.
Wow.
But we don't want to see consumers doing weird things because of their. I'm going to show you something. Just because of sanitary purposes, I believe we have a bigger responsibility than ever. You can also do this, but now you've put your hands in here, even with gloves on, you can still contaminate.
Yep.
And then they want to load it with pull food in, and then lock it, and then close it. Granted, consumers are consumers, so they're going to do what they do.
Right.
There's no way, there's no way to control that. With a brand we're working with, we can.
Right.
But with a consumer, we can't.
Right.
But we want to be detailed, so we're taking extra time to put diagrams on the box with really good instructions, a QR code that loads them over to a video on our site, step by step. If they're going to buy it, they should at least enjoy the process of using it, and especially we want to show them how to wash it out, how to sanitize it.
Yep.
Not to put it in the dishwasher because it's going to come out looking like a shrinky dink. Those old toys that you used to put in the oven.
Yep.
Yeah, we've cooked one of these before. That's came out looking like a weird. So, yeah, but we will have that link up. And I think what we're going to do is get involved with TikTok ads. They keep writing us, asking if we're ready to start running ads.
Gotcha. Yeah. And I was going to ask you that. Have you talked about not only just ads, but maybe some influencer marketing? Because like I said, let's say you did use Jay to do some cool dances. That would be fun to start a dance challenge.
Oh, gosh, yeah. We're definitely thinking about influencer, Jade, Charlie, Addison. Of course, actually, I know someone who knows Charlie very well. So
there you go. Yeah, because I feel like that, like ads obviously work. And I think if you were to do an ad, this is something I made a post today on TikTok saying that TikTok has really changed the game of advertising. Before it's, and I think this relates back to what you said in the beginning of some of your videos that did well was showing behind the scenes of how it is. People are looking more for authentic kind of stuff. So before we like Apple still runs ads on TikTok that's like showing the new phones and it's not even really personable. It's just like showing the product and people are like, whatever, I don't care, move on. But if it's shown really fun, authentic, and people can relate to it, that's where it draws their attention. So
yeah, something I think creative.
Yeah, huge.
And even for us, we're going to start showing other uses for this.
Yeah, like fun.
Instead of putting it on a cup, and that's also for sales, but it's functionable on its own. It's meant to clip to a cup. That's the innovation. But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still a container where you don't have to take the lid off and put it on the floor. So you can still open and close without this ever touching a surface.
Exactly.
Which is great. So we're going to say, put food in here.
Yeah.
Close it up and put it back in your fridge. Use it for Post-its. Put pens in here.
Yeah, do a whole series on that.
Office supplies in here. Leave it on your desk.
You could even say, what should we put in here next?
That's like draw their name on here. To decorate, let kids draw their name,
right?
And create. So we'll come up with a bunch of ways, and I think that's what TikTok is about.
Totally. And I think it's fun. What I love about TikTok as well is the consumers on there, the people watching, to get involved with businesses and brands. They love to give back. So let's say you did do a series on, hey, what should we fill inside the container today? And somebody's fill it with golf balls or something. I'm just coming up with the idea. And you're like, okay. And you like use that comment and reply to comment and fill it with golf balls just to do a joke that they want to get involved. They're like,
that's another really good idea. Yeah. So I've seen all those guys, like it's go to the drive-thru at McDonald's and ask them for a full bag of fries.
Yeah.
Filled to the top. Just ask for a giant bag of French fries.
Yeah.
And the person's like, what? How many orders is that? And he says, as many as you can fit in the bag.
Right.
She's like, what? And he's like, thank you. And he just drives to the window.
Yeah.
This huge bag of French fries. And every day he has a new challenge.
Yes.
They're like, go here, go do this, go to Target and dump some glue on the ground and pretend you fell, or stupid skits, but he does them.
Yep.
And he's got this really big, following. I don't like all the skits. I think some of them are not good, but on a whole, he's funny. And a couple of these guys, they do that. I think it's a good idea.
That's funny. Even Jay just kicked off a little challenge right now, getting involved with her community, and it's doing really well. People like to be involved in something. And I think before, with Instagram prior, like somebody makes a little post and it's not really that fun. At the end of the day, it's, oh, that's cool. And you move on, but you can't really get involved with it. With this, people are getting involved. And I love that TikTok added the reply to comment feature because that shows that you're being involved with them.
We had a lot of those. We had a lot of comments coming through. Obviously, that's the free speech element of a TikTok or any social platform that you're on. Anybody can say what they want to say.
Yep.
As long as they're not being vulgar or something like that. And so we had so many people saying, great idea. It's too bad you can't drink unless the lid's closed. And we kept writing back, no, you can. And they're like, yeah, okay, move on. Product. And we're like, no, you can. And then I realized, let's do a reply.
Yeah.
With the video. So we did a video and we said, look at this. And I drank. And it got their attention. They wrote back and they said, okay, proved us wrong. Thank you.
Exactly. I love that.
At least you've got a way to respond.
Yep. And people appreciate that. Like, and people nowadays, especially Gen Z, are not afraid to call people out. They'll say it as it is. So it's fun. Like, people are taken back by that. Oh my gosh. Yeah. They're not afraid to just say their mind. So it's cool that you did that. No. That brings a lot of respect. I think Gen Z would respect that you did that. And you're like, hey, check it out. We can. They're like, okay. All right, Bonnie, we're going to, let's go buy in.
Trying to be transparent. One thing that I haven't done on there, it's funny because I'm such a huge advocate of it here on LinkedIn. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm out in front of the brands. I get out in front of GoLidZ. We do our product videos, but I also do thought leadership and business and whatnot. I have not shown myself on TikTok. I haven't revealed, so nobody really knows who the founder of TikTok is, of GoLidZ is on TikTok. Yeah, I haven't done it. I haven't spoken to the audience yet.
I think you should.
And I was thinking last night, and we were having a discussion about it just literally less than a day ago with a few of us, that I should get on and do a live.
Yeah.
They'd probably be a little confused by it because they would be like, wait a second, this account. But if I get on and I have something in my hands.
That would be huge.
Yes. I'm the founder. Nice to meet you. Thank you for following us.
I think you should
follow our journey. Tell us what you want us to do. What do you want to see in the lid? I think it would generate some level of engagement because we don't have, this is the weird thing to me about going viral. We only have about 7,500 followers. That's not a lot. So that's the part that I find mind blowing, is that you could go viral and not have a lot of followers.
Yeah. So what I'm going to give you some advice on that is, because I think that you should start adding your face. People have a hard time following a product, but they have a great time following a person because it's connected, right? There's a human connection there. So I think going live would be a huge idea, and then showcasing who you are. Then people will be like, ooh, I want to follow her because I like that. That's a real human, not just a package.
Don't you need 10,000 followers to go live?
No. It's only 1,000. You should be able to go live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do I not know that?
Yeah, you should be able to go live. It's just, I don't know if you've ever seen it before. If you go to your TikTok account and you hit that plus button on the bottom, you should be able to just scroll over.
Yeah, I've seen the button before. I just didn't think it was available. I thought I read somewhere that you must have 10,000 before you go live.
No.
That is not the case. I'm looking at right now, and it looks like if I hit that button, I would go live.
That is correct.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Hey, Kyle, you want to join the GoLidZ team? What are you doing for the rest of your next 48 months?
Yeah, so use that feature. It works really well. The live feature works so well. And it's fun. At first, it's a little bit scary because you're like, oh my gosh. But I'm telling you, people are really interactive in there, and they have fun, and they ask a lot of good questions. They might come and go, but you'll get a ton of feedback that way. Tons.
Yeah, I guess it is a little scary for me because I'm so LinkedIn.
Yeah.
TikTok, I felt like I could hide. But I just did a podcast the other day. I was on Exit Your Way with Damon Pistolka and Kurt Anderson. And we were talking about the need for getting out in front of the brand and showing them not just the product, but who are you?
Exactly.
What goes on behind the scenes? Who's running this show?
Yeah.
And I guess the lesson I'm learning right now is that has to happen.
It does.
On any platform.
100%.
To really gain that, if you want to garner that level of attention,
yeah,
you've got to expose more than just a product.
Yeah. People are over that now. They don't care, especially Gen Z's. Cool. I don't care about your product anymore. Who the heck even are you? Because there's so many small businesses that are emerging like crazy right now.
Really good
because
point.
People are connecting to that person and they're like, I'm going to back them. Goodbye, big brand. I don't care about you because I don't even know who you are. Yeah. So it's like, so I think definitely getting out in front of that camera, just showing who you are, and maybe even being the one that interviews people, but it shows who you are, and then talking to them, people will really relate to that and be like, yo, GoLidZ is awesome. Bonnie, have you seen Bonnie at GoLidZ? She's so funny, or I love her stuff. And then they connect with that. It's hard to connect with a product, right?
I think it's time to, and it makes sense because one thing I'll say is we went viral and have amassed something like 15 million views in 4 months.
Yeah.
Something like that. I do notice that the follower count doesn't seem level with that height of attention, which I was fine with, but I don't see it moving very much now. So I think if we want to gain more followers and really brand loyalists that really like the product,
yes,
we need to step out. I need to step out.
Yeah.
And even other members of the team. I could get others and do fun things. I had spoken to Jade, but we didn't speak on the phone. But I had written her a note that we weren't ready yet. This is, I don't know, probably a few months ago.
Yeah.
But that I would circle back to her about collaborating and doing some really cool things on there. And I think that if we can make that connection to a product that's fun, it's creative, it's usable in the videos, but we also know where this is coming from.
Yep.
It's an entrepreneur. There's a story here. There's a history behind the product.
Definitely.
And I think we should be doing that before we launch.
I think so too.
So thank you for stressing me out, Kyle, because now I have more work to do.
But it can be really simple. Just be you. Like, do not overthink it at all. Just come to the camera and just authentically talk like we are right now. That's what people want to see because this is relatable. So yeah.
It has to be real.
Yeah.
It can't be some fake situation that seems pre-recorded.
Exactly. Just be
I feel like if we don't go live, it's not going to matter as much.
Yeah. I really do hope that you go live soon though. I think that would be huge. Use that as a test. Just try it out as a test.
It's intimidating. It's like a brand new platform. It's like starting all over again.
I know, but it's really simple actually. I just started a new TikTok account to go with my new brand name, and it's BizTalker on TikTok.
I saw that. I followed you last night.
Oh, cool. But the thing is, I can't go live yet, and it's frustrating because I can go live on my other account because I have 26,000 on that one. But my new account, I'm just like, come on, hurry up and follow me because I want to go live. I love it. It's so fun. Once you get used to it, it's really fun. Yes,
and
it's so fun.
You do it on mobile? You do it on your phone?
You just do it on mobile and you can see the chat. You can't see anybody else. They could just see the chat.
Just do this?
Yeah, you just do that and you just have a conversation and people are really cool. They love it. People love it. They love engaging with it.
And then how do you do this, you're live, and then you have to write answers to people?
No, you speak and they write. Yeah. And it's really easy. You could just put it somewhere, prop it up, and just have a conversation. It's actually not as scary.
But you don't hold it. You'll put it on like a stand or something?
Yeah, you could hold it if you want to, but your arms would get tired probably.
How long do you stay live? Like when you do it?
It depends. Just see how sometimes it takes a little while to kick in. So I'd say go live for about an hour minimal, because sometimes it takes about 30 minutes to start kicking in for the people to get pushed out and notified. But try to do it at a time where you think most people would be interactive. And then go live for about an hour. Some people go live, no joke, for 4 hours because they get lost in conversation and they're just talking. Yes, straight through.
That's too much.
Plus, it's a great way to add on some money as well.
Plus, I have a lot of things to do.
People pay. People send gifts as well.
I saw that. Yeah. I saw the little gift box on the bottom.
Yeah. And people do. You'd be surprised. If you continue to go live and people start connecting with you, you'd be actually surprised how many people will probably send you gifts. When Jade goes live, she can generate anywhere from $300 to $800 in one live. Yeah. Not kidding. Her most she's made in one live was $2,200.
What did she do on this live?
She's just talking to her people, and they just want to send her gifts, and
Presents.
they just want to send her presents to say hello and just say support that she's one of their favorite creators and things like that.
That's just mind blowing to me.
I know. It's
Imagine if they did that on LinkedIn.
That'd be amazing. I don't think people on LinkedIn would send gifts, so hell no.
No, they would be like, that's improper.
Exactly.
I feel like my camera somehow got fuzzy. Does it look fuzzy on your end?
It's not too bad, no.
I don't know what happened. It was perfectly clear.
That's okay though. I know we got
I think it goes in and out, these cameras, and I'm on a Brio, which is like the best camera you can get.
I know.
But we've had so many issues with it already.
I know my camera's not it's just a basic one, but I got to step up and get a better one.
Get the Brio. It is really good when it works.
Yeah, will do. Yeah, so we got to start heading to the wrap up point, but I wanted to know. Yeah, sure, for sure.
So I know obviously, well, Jade is your stepdaughter.
Yep.
And you manage her.
Yep.
And how are you picking and choosing who you're bringing in and who you're going to manage? And
yeah, so our company Project Z is, we're very specific on who we talk to. We want to talk to the top influencers, right, of the app. So I go after the top 100 influencers on the app, and we actually were fortunate enough to sign a guy that is in the top 5 of all TikTok. He's got 44 million followers. His name is Michael Lee, Just Mako.
I know who he is.
Yeah. He's one of our talent. And then we just signed Joe Albanese, who is in the top 25 of the app. He's got 27 million. Yeah, but the thing is, we have such an extensive background of what we're doing. I'm actually relatively new to the game, but the team, the other co-founders of the company are like been doing this for years on the YouTube side and the Instagram side.
Right.
But the reason why they came to me, which was interesting, a little backstory, is when they came to me and said, hey, we want you to run our talent division, I was like, you guys, I have zero experience. And they're like, exactly. Because TikTok is so different. We don't want you to be jaded from the other, like how it works.
Right.
Because we've noticed it on the brand side. They're like, they think that it runs the same as like the other side, and it's not. It's totally different.
Well, because you have a fresh take.
Exactly.
And so there's no biases really.
100%.
And it's interesting you say that, because we're bringing some new people on our team. And I always say that the best teams that you can have are diverse. They're diverse in every way, and especially in thought and in their backgrounds. I definitely don't look for a mold of this person comes from here, has done this, knows that. Sometimes you find the gems are in the people that don't come from the mold.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe that's how they felt about you, which is great.
No, it is. Yeah. Cause he's like, you've been doing TikTok since day one. You're no more than one of the top experts on the YouTube side, because they're going to come to TikTok and be like, holy, I don't know what I'm doing. They'll know like some concepts, but I could teach you the concepts, the platform. And that's what I need. Right. Yeah. So I was like, all right, let's go. And yeah, since then it's been a wild ride, and it's been really fun. But yeah.
Very cool. Good for you. That's it's a good niche to get into, and you're early doing it.
Right.
I think there'll be a lot more people that follow that.
Totally. I think
getting into representation. Are you going to bring on brands as well, or just? Oh
yeah, we've been working.
Brands?
No, we've been working with all blue chip advertisers. So a lot of Fortune 500 companies. Yeah, that's what I mean. The background, like our sales side has been doing this for years. So they have the connections and that's something I couldn't bring because I'm not connected in that way. But on the sales side, they all have huge backgrounds, deep connections in that thing. I just am good with the talent, know how to speak to them on their language, because TikTok is a totally different language. So yeah.
Who knows? Maybe GoLidZ will wind up on your roster.
I'm telling you, it'd be fun. I think there could be some really cool.
100%. A lot of cool crossover collaboration.
I think so. It'd be fun
with the products. Food and beverage is really big on there.
Totally.
There could be some really cool things. I'll give you one. I don't want to give away. So I have this recurring. Here's how we'll close it. Okay. I have a recurring dream. I've had it lots of times. So, basketball player. Right? He's on the court. Let's say LeBron.
Yeah. And
he's on the court, and he's got a full-blown combo in his hand. And he's literally mid-court. So he's like taking half-court shot. And he just kind of looks up, stares at it, bounces the ball, he shoots, he dunks it right in. And then He opens it up, takes a bite, closes it, takes a sip, goes,
Yes.
something like that. Yeah, because I'm sure we can afford LeBron. It's a high school player, done. But it's a good concept. And I
That's
think
hilarious.
there's a lot of guys and women on TikTok that I think could act out certain situations that we would
Totally.
love.
Bonnie, I'm telling you right now, as you dive into TikTok and your e-commerce goes, you're going to be sold out of Amazon. So hopefully one day I'll see that LeBron commercial, because that would be dope.
That would be awesome. But I
Kids.
we'll definitely talk further.
Totally. 100%.
Because I really think there's a lot of opportunity.
I think so.
I think it's missed for a lot of brands, for all brands. If they don't look around the landscape of TikTok and say, who can we partner with? Not just because it makes sense. Whether it's food, it's a product, there are so many correlations there and wins on both sides.
Yep.
So really interested in exploring that further.
For sure. Definitely. We'll be in contact in that. Absolutely. I would love to be able to work with you on stuff like that. But yeah, so I really appreciate you taking the time today to be on the podcast. And I think we had some really cool conversations that a lot of other people would be really interested to hear and take. So it was fun.
It's I've been on so many podcasts lately, and I have a whole slew coming up, and I find these are the best. They're just flowing conversations.
Totally.
Like we could be on the phone just chatting.
Exactly. And people listening too. And when I'm listening to podcasts, I like those ones better too. Ones that are like, you could tell they're so structured, or like, what?
So we're going to be speaking for the first 5 minutes about this, and let's move topics, and it's too robotic.
It is, exactly. Nobody wants that.
Everyone wants to see a free-flowing conversation of ideas and thoughts and creativity. So,
totally. Exactly.
fantastic.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I am going to get you. I think you got to have some of these.
I think so too. I really do.
Love this episode of BizTok? Let us know with a review. Also, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Follow us on TikTok at BizTalker. Don't just be a TikToker, but become the next BizTalker.